Absolutely. Y'all go ahead and say shout out to Paralegal Institute. What's going
Hey, my
on?
brother, welcome
Hey,
to
what's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah,
How's it going,
okay.
friend?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me on your wonderful show.
No problem, man. Thank you for jumping in. Before we get too far afield, though,
Yeah.
I want to make sure everybody knows who you are, what your channel's about. I'm pretty sure most of us have been tapped in with you, and what you're doing over there. But can you just tell us a little bit about your show and your grind?
Appreciate it. Yeah, so I started with paralegal training back in 2017, and I think I created the channel in 2019.
Okay.
And you know how it is, just making videos here, there, everywhere over the years, and really didn't get a whole lot of traction until the YSL.
Woody, I'm
trial,
telling you, Woody was the on ramp, my guy. Woody was the on ramp.
Make a little YSL, but you know what? But it pulls you in though. This whole thing is like a black hole. Like you start watching, and then you start getting caught up in the drama, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, shout out to Bitter Lily. So you know, that's really, I think, the short of it. Is kind of, there's a little bit more interesting history, but I'm not gonna bore all y'all with that right now.
No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Okay, so give us your thoughts. Now, you said this was strategic by the DA, and they had good reason to make this deal. So I'm assuming you mean the DA. So let's go.
Yeah, so I just hopped on when I think Rome was saying it. So I think so. I just tuned in, and I kind of picked up y'all's mid conversation. So it may be that y'all are already on to this, because I think it's not quite a secret. But this is my thought. I think that there are two Quays, right? You have Quay Nichols and Quay Harvey.
Facts.
And so as y'all are talking, I'm trying to do some internet detectiving on my end, right?
Some Quay discovery.
Yeah. So if y'all have already mentioned this, you know, sorry to repeat.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
But what it looks like to me is, it looks like Quay Nichols was locked up when Shannon made that post on September 18, 2020. It looks like Quay Nichols was locked up, and it looks like Quay Harvey probably was not locked up.
Huey.
So, excuse me, Huey.
Yeah.
I said Harvey. I meant Huey. It looks like Quay Huey was probably not locked up. So at first I thought, well, they're going to have to give both Quays a deal to moot this mistrial thing. But now it looks like they may have been able to possibly, and of course this is speculation, but they may have been able to rule out that it would have been Quay Huey, right? Because he wasn't locked up at the time. So therefore, if it were one of the two, if it was anybody, if they were both locked up, you wouldn't know who Free Quay was. So you might have to try to get both of them off the case, or the case could go down the mistrial route. But because Quay Huey looks like he was free at that moment, and Quay Nichols, you can look up his Atlanta jail records and you can see he was booked on 12/7/19 and he was released on 11/20/20. So basically November 20, 2020. So again, if y'all have already been over this,
that's some Matlock type of investigation right there.
So when you look at the date on the post, is September 18th. So that falls within that time frame that Quay Nichols was locked up. Wow. But then when you look at Quay Huey, you can't really say somebody wasn't locked up, because he could have been in another county or whatever. But just looking at Fulton County, his most recent period locked up for Quay Huey, it didn't line up. It doesn't look like it lines up.
Wow.
So my theory at this point, and this is just a theory, my theory is Quay Huey couldn't make the case that he was locked up at the time. So any kind of deal for him would have been less pressing. Quay Nichols could make the deal. He was locked up. Plus, they were the initial movements for the mistrial. So that caused the DA to say, okay, we got to do something with this guy, or else they can press the mistrial button.
Okay. You know what? Go ahead, Rome. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel like they if it was in that type of situation, they probably knew that before they even charged him. But the simple fact was they needed him on the case to get it started. You can't make a better compelling argument when you got murders on the case. So that was their drawing point, and they were gonna use him for that bait until they kept fumbling and fumbling until it got to this mistrial without prejudice moment. And I feel like they did a horse trade moment where they were just like, okay, we gotta let one of the big ones go. One of the Quays, yeah, we got to get one of the Quays out.
So one other thing, I haven't done this before, but like going to somebody else's live, so it's kind of cool. But I was just on Neek at Night about an hour and a half ago. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with her, but what she pointed out and what I think I am coming around to understanding is Hilton seemed to try to downplay somewhat whether they even thought Quay was the one who committed the unaliving of Mr. Drinks. Because so it seemed like Hilton didn't want to exonerate him, but she also brought the heat down a notch in what she said, I think. So I agree with both of y'all, and I think that even though I don't live in Atlanta, I do think as just a community of people who are Americans, it feels like a huge injustice because you either have one of two things. You either have a DA pressing an M charge on somebody who shouldn't have it, or you have a DA pressing it on someone who should have it and then letting them off.
Right.
So either way,
all around.
Yes, there's really no.
Is there all of the above?
Yeah,
it's like you can't, so there's no. And then I'll say this one last thing, y'all. I'm not sure if y'all heard Mr. Drinks' aunt with Miss Sylvia, but when you listen to the emotion that they feel, sometimes it's hard without hearing the family, without hearing people affected. Sometimes it's hard to really connect with the humanity of somebody who's not here anymore. If you didn't know him personally, if you don't see any video of him. Yeah. But hearing her talk is like the humanity of him comes out, and you can just imagine the moment Hilton says, we're gonna null process and it's like, oh my gosh, like that's somebody's,
brother, cousin,
that's a real
son.
person out there. So, or someone who was really with us. So, thanks for letting me come up. But that's my theory. I think they narrowed it down to Quay Nichols. I think they said the free Quay, that Slime Life Shouty, what he said. I think they may have said, okay, that could not have applied to Quay Huey because Quay Huey was not locked up at the time. Quay Nichols was, so there's a credible case that it could have referred to Quay Nichols. That means Quay Nichols has the mistrial motion in his hand in a sense. Correct. So he can negotiate more forcefully for his plea deal than anybody else can because they don't have that mistrial opportunity in their hand. So that's a theory that I have. And again, it seems to line up with the jail records.
No, that's a good catch that you actually looked into that you looked into the jail records. That's very smart. I appreciate it. What were you about to say, Ron?
No, I definitely that's a good perspective on it. Right. I didn't think about that. My only thing is the way that they're doing the charging is pretty random, I would say. So it kind of makes very a pattern random to really make you highly doubt what's going on here. So if they can miss a murder like this, like if they can misjudge a murder, how do you expect us to believe that they're capable of judging a RICO that they only have circumstantial situations involvements with? So if you're whoops, you didn't kill him, my bad guy, you go.
Right. But I agree 100%.
But the thing is, they're still sentencing him like he did something crazy.
Right. And I mean, and most people are like,
RICO, right, Gemini. Shout out to paralegal.
Yes, please. And I apologize. Thank you, Paralegal Institute of Washington, D.C. for stopping through. Fantastic content creator. There we go. Thanks. Wow. and kicked the door out when he left.
Look, he jumping everybody in. Look,
he done jumped everybody in. He done jumped 20 people into the game. Man,
Major
thank you so much, man.
I always love his little breakdowns. Great channel to check out.
Absolutely. Maybe we have to invite him to play Jeopardy with us.
Yeah.
YSL Jeopardy. Wow. Go ahead. And if you were blessed with a membership from Paralegal Institute, you know how we like to do it. Let them know that we appreciate them. Yeah, tell him thank you. Put his name on it. Say thank you so much, Washington, D.C. How to get to the Discord. And I'll see you over there.
All right.
Everybody have a great night. Talk to you soon, everyone. Grace and peace.
Hit that like for a deal with Christian. Yo, for a deal with Christian. Smash that bell for DWC. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for a deal with Christian. For a deal with Christian. Smash that bell for DWC. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for a deal with Christian.